Welcome to the Children's Author Show. I'm your host, Andy Coates, award-winning children's author, book coach, and the one who is blessed to be able to meet all of these fun authors and interview them, as well as illustrators and industry professionals. This is a show where we dive deep into the world of children's books, helping authors like you grow, learn, and succeed in this incredible industry. And whether you're just starting out or looking to grow, you're in the right place. But today we have something very special. Today is, in fact, I would consider it to be extra special because we're talking to an author who's already making waves in children's literature, and he's only 9 years old. That's right. Our guest today isn't just a published author, he's an award-winning one. And on top of that, he's been using the money from his book sales to make a difference in the world. And we're going to hear all about his journey, his inspiration, his future plans. Plus, we've got a fun round of some rapid fire questions coming up. So stick around. You're not going to want to miss that. It's going to be a great episode. And just so you know, for his protection, we're not going to be showing him on the podcast. We are going to be interviewing him, and you'll see my interaction with him, but you'll just see his book in place of him on the podcast for his own protection, because he's 9 years old. He's making a huge impact. And from what I hear, this kid's going to be a superstar. Let's check it out. Welcome to the Children's Author Show. If you ever dreamed of writing a book that inspires young minds, builds a lasting brand, and even creates a sustainable career, then you're in the right place. From crafting unforgettable stories, to marketing your books, to even monetizing your brand, we'll cover everything that you need to succeed as a children's author. So grab your notebook, fuel that creativity, and let's make your author dreams a reality. This is the Children's Author Show. All right, let's get right to it. I'm so excited to introduce today's guest to you. He's a published and award-winning children's author, and he's only 9 years old. Please welcome Ren Stylian to the podcast. Ren, glad to have you, man.
Thanks so much. It's such a privilege to be here. I'm really happy that I'm on this podcast.
Yeah, man, we're glad to have you and excited to hear your story. First of all, I want to say congratulations on all the success that you're already experiencing. And you've already accomplished so much that's really, for many people, it's their dreams to accomplish. And you've already done many of those things at 9 years old. And even some of that stuff started younger than that. And so we're gonna get into it, hear about your story a little bit. So, okay, Ren, do this for us. Instead of me doing any more of an introduction, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My full name is Ren Stylian. I'm a fourth grader from the Chicago area. I really love to bang my drums, and I'm very good at them. I also like video games, and I play a lot of variety, but we'll get to that later. I also eat lots of candy and have this weird habit of petting every dog I see.
Nice.
Pretty
You love dogs, huh?
For sure.
Awesome. And fourth grade from Chicago. Let's do this. Let's take it back a little bit for me. I think this will help us just as our audience are listening to your story a little bit. You're fourth grader, and you decided somewhere along the way to write this book. So what made you decide to become an author and start writing?
Well, when I was about 3 years old, the COVID-19 pandemic was just starting. I had a lot of free time those days. So, two of the main characters in my book, I created those characters in a comic book with my mom's help called Super Papaya Man. Those characters were in my head for 5 years. But I started the book when I just turned 8 in July 12th, and I published it in just the end of January. Right now, we're currently celebrating my 1-year anniversary, and we sold 660 copies, plus donated over $1,900 to charities at my school.
Wow, that's awesome.
Right before I published my book, I decided to sit down and think about this thought. I wonder why I never read books written by kids for kids before. But why not? Because kids have epic stories to tell too. And then that's when I thought the 3 words that I knew would change my life forever. Why not me?
I love that, man. I love it. Yeah, definitely. Why not you? And you know, a lot of kids your age, for them, they probably don't even think about writing some kind of book and doing something that's maybe bigger than what they would even imagine as a kid. So for you, you decided to write this book. Did you always love writing, or is that something that's kind of new, or what does it look like for you with writing?
Well, it's true that I always loved reading. I started reading full front actual books at age 2. My second grade teacher, Miss Reynolds, she was so impressed with my writing. She'd send me to the principal's office for being such a good writer. My fourth grade teacher, Miss Trill, currently, she says I'm her craftiest writer.
Nice. Nice.
It's
What was
awesome.
the moment for you that really kind of inspired you? That was like, this is it. I'm going to be a writer. I'm going to start doing this. When was that moment?
Well, the characters in my head, they were created for years, and I wanted to make them come to life as a book. I evolved some of the characters, like Liz, aka Backflip Douglas as a superhero, as I worked it out. But the hardest part of the entire book, it was the outline. It literally took a month to create. There are lots of different endings in this book, and my mom had to help me map out every single one of my ideas. But once that was done with all the hard work, writing it was the best part and the most fun.
Nice. So definitely there's the difficulty there, as you're trying to create this story. I know for many of us authors out there, we struggle with creating that outline. And I know a lot of authors who don't use an outline, but having that outline, trying to figure out where am I going to take this story. And there's that difficult part. But I love that at least it was fun for you, that there was the fun part of doing the writing. Were you pretty happy and excited about the way the book ended? Like, did you like the ending that you chose?
Mm-hmm.
Good,
Sure did.
good. So what was it like for you seeing that first book when it came into print, when you saw the first, it was printed and you got to hold it in your hands? What was that moment like for you?
Well, it was an amazing moment, but it was also a bit more of an emotional moment
Yeah.
because right when I got the first copy of my book in the entire world, I also got a book called Timeless Love, where my great grandpa Jerry, he published it because he was also a published author. He published his first book at age 96. His full name is Jerry Cavender, and the book is called Timeless Love. It's 70 love poems to his wife Betty for the 70 years they were together. He's not alive anymore, but I really miss him, and I feel that he is alive whenever I see that book. Please rest in peace, great grandpa Jerry.
Yeah, man, that's so there's an exciting moment, but also pretty overwhelming
Yeah, I kind of
because
wanted to cry. I kind
yeah,
of want to cry now.
hmm, yeah, and sometimes those emotions they can drive us. It's part of what gives us that motivation to keep going, and it's cool that you have not just you as a published author, but the fact that runs in your family, and you get to honor that fun story of your grandfather, and now for you to carry on that legacy. That's pretty awesome. So now, one
Thanks.
of the coolest things about the journey is that you've been using some of your book profits to help others. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, I donate my profits mainly to my community and to charities. The money for my 500th book sold, it was to a charity called Gamers Outreach. They give video games to people sick in hospitals so they can be entertained and happy.
That's awesome. What made you choose that cause?
Well, I love video games so
Okay.
much. And I imagine if I were sick, I'd really like a video game so I could take my mind off being sick and feel glad while I heal.
Nice. Yeah, for sure. I mean, especially if you're a kid and you're all locked up in a hospital room or something, you're trying to get better and get well, and gives you something to do. So, man, to be able to play a video game would be a pretty fun way to work on that healing, and
You have a
and
good
also
point.
just to have that outlet. So that's awesome, man. That they do that, but that you're giving those profits as well. So, man, I definitely I applaud you for that because a lot of us authors, who are trying to grow and develop. I think we could take a little bit out of that generosity of giving back to our community. So that's
Yeah, you
pretty
have a
nice.
really good point.
So how does it feel to know that this book isn't just being read by kids, but it's also helping people? How does that make you feel?
It feels really, really really pretty good. I
Awesome.
realize how lucky I am sometimes that I have everything I want and need. I'm so grateful, and even though I'm young, I can make a difference to someone somewhere through one sale at a time, step by step.
Yeah, for sure, man. And you're already making a big impact. And the fact that you've already sold, how many copies did you tell me it was that you already sold?
I think it was 660.
660 copies sold, and a lot of money donated already. So what do you hope will happen as you continue to grow this? What do you hope will happen from those donations that are given? Like, what would
Well,
be your end goal for that?
all of it involves my school. I hope that my school can use more money for maybe better education, more programs, and more resources. Ew, maybe some more field trips to some better places, because that would be very, very awesome.
Nice. Yeah. As your books continue to grow and to sell, and for those of you listening, hey, get on there and help support Ren with his efforts to already the charities that you're helping give to, but to be able to expand that. That sounds like it'd be fun, especially to help your school out and maybe get some fun trips in the process. So you're just 9 years old and you're already a published, award-winning author. So what's next for you?
Well, I do have another book in the works. I
Okay.
took a break from 2024 to 2025 to focus on music. I created an album and some singles as DJ Beeswax on the places like Spotify and Apple Music, but that didn't mean that my book slowly ended. I just wanted to pause writing for a year. I had a ton of book events for that year.
Awesome. So not only are you an award-winning published author, but you're a musician as well, and you're throwing out some singles, and that's awesome. So let
And
me
I
ask you
called.
this: Do you like music better, or do you like writing better? What do you really love the most?
I mean, I have to like writing literally better than a lot of stuff if I'm a published author. Oh yeah, and I code.
Okay, and you do coding too. Man, that's awesome. So you've got another book in the works. So let me ask you this. So you're 9 years old and you've got music, you computers, and there's some video games in the mix, and then there's the
Mhm.
writing. Well, knowing all that fun stuff, what are you thinking of for the future? Like what do you want to do when you grow up?
Well, I do want to keep writing. Of course, I'll still be a writer, musician, coder, and gamer, but I like to do all of those professionally. Can I do that?
I mean, why not, right? I mean, when I was growing up, I used to tell my parents that I wanted to play video games professionally, make money. They said you can't make money playing video games, and now people are making money playing video games online. So hey, you never know. You never know what's possible. Like you want to keep writing. You want to keep having a lot of fun in all these different art worlds, and hopefully make some money doing that. And hey, you're off to a great start at 9, so you got plenty of time to figure out how to make all that happen. So what would you say some big dreams are for your books? What are some things you'd love to see happen with your books that you write, like movies, or what are you thinking?
Well, if you want your book to turn into a movie, right? That
Yeah.
book is very crazy, and crazy enough for it would be an awesome, crazy movie. I
Yeah.
love crazy.
Nice. So would you watch your book if it were turned into a movie, it'd be a type of movie you'd want to watch?
Yeah.
Hey, there you go then. So you are the audience. Not only are you writing to the audience, but you are the audience. So that probably gives you a little bit better advantage to know what the fun things are out there. Well, man, I look forward to seeing what it looks like for you for the future as you pursue these dreams. And hey, man, if it turns into a movie and you're big and famous and you're walking that red carpet, you just remember who did the first podcast with you. All right.
Well, I'm gonna say I am gonna remember Andy Colt because we originally talked about making a movie.
There it is. I like it. Mark it down. That this is where it all started. So
Yep.
whenever they're making the documentary about you, just that they just need to remember this moment. All right, well let's shift a little bit here. I'd love to just do some fun rapid fire questions to you. Just the first thing that comes to mind for you. So,
Oh
what's your
yeah, bring it
favorite
on.
book? Your favorite book?
Hatchet by Gary Paulson.
Okay, what do you like about it?
It's really interesting and it changed my life on how I think about survival. He didn't have it so easy. The main character,
Yeah,
Brian Robson, I think.
nice. All right, what's your favorite kids movie?
Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Jim Carrey is hilarious.
Nice. What about your favorite kids TV show?
Well, I don't watch a lot of TV shows, and I watch more YouTube than that. But lately, I've been into the show Ren and Stimpy. It's real weird and gory and awesome, and I don't even care that's old. And
Yeah.
Ren has my name.
Yeah, that's true. It does have your name in it, and I mean that's from like when I was growing up. So you're into the retro stuff, huh?
Oh, it's old Nickelodeon nostalgia.
Yeah, nice. What about video games? What's your favorite video game?
I think it changes every month.
Yeah,
Currently, it's a game called Geometry Dash, but it's not educational. It's mostly a cube that jumps over space and more, but you can make your own levels and a lot of side stuff.
nice. That's fun. What about retro games? Kind of the old school games. What's your favorite old school game out there?
Oh, well, there are a lot in my mind. I mean, what do you call Minecraft an old school game that was 2009?
I mean,
The
that's probably old school for you, you know? I'll take it. I'll take it.
I
I'll
mean, I
take
was born in 2015,
That's
so
true. So for you, that's definitely old school. All right. If you could meet any character from a book, who would it be?
um, Roger Kefley from the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. He's a
Nice.
drummer just like me, but I wouldn't be a jerk like him. Who wants jerks?
Just jam together playing some drums, right?
Yep.
Nice. All right. What author do you hope that you can meet someday?
His name is Lincoln Purse. He makes the Big Nate series, and it's amazing. So hilarious with all the slapstick humor and things like that.
Yeah. Nice. All right. What's the craziest thing that has ever happened to you as an author? Now I know it's only been a little short time for you, but the craziest thing that's happened to you as an author.
Oh, that's easier than I think it would be for me. When I
Yeah.
visit schools, the line to get a book signed, they're crazy. It's just like at zoo, but with humans. Human zoo. Last week, when I was visiting a school in, what was it, February 24th, the kids were sticking their arms out at me so I could sign them. And they wanted autographs from a published author I met. It was a
Yeah.
little weird, but I like weird, so
Hey
I did
man,
it,
you're
you
you're
know?
you're you're like a rock star now, you know? So signing arms with, a Sharpie, they don't want you to sign a book. Sign their arm.
Yeah,
All right.
but I mean, I don't want to be the future. You are Neil Peart signing your snare drum thingy.
Well, if you could write a book about anything, like no rules, so anything you want to write about, what would it be about?
I'd write the names of people that were really mean to other people and call them out. I really hate that type of stuff. I call them out, publish the book, and tell them to act kind, and that absolutely no kid deserves to be bullied.
I like it, an anti-bully book, and it may slow down some of the bullying that's happening out there if you know you're going to make that book. So there you go. So no rules. You'd call out the bullies, and maybe it would slow that down some. I like
Mm.
it. All right. If your book, so let's say that it could become a movie, then who would you want to play the main character in your book?
Oh, myself.
Yeah.
The main character is based on myself, and then my cousins, who inspired the development of the other main characters, they join me. That'd be so funny and hilarious and etc. But we wouldn't win any Oscars or anything.
But you'd have a good time doing it, though, right?
Mm, sure would.
All right. Well, before we wrap it up, what's some advice that you would give to other kids out there who they may want to write a book? What would be that advice you would give to them?
This could be simple, but could be complicated.
Okay.
But it is short to explain. Whether it's writing a book, playing a short, a sport, learning an instrument, it doesn't matter. It's the same lesson. With hard work, you can do anything and nothing is impossible. Don't worry.
I like it. I like it. So anything's possible. Put in the work, and you can make it happen. And it is hard work. It's not easy. And so, man, I appreciate that you put in the hard work of developing a book and being an author, even at such a young age. That's very inspirational to me. It's why I was like, I've got to sit down and have a conversation with Ren and hear his story and talk to him. Well, man, where can people connect with you? Where can they connect with you online, and then where can they find your book? So
You can
let's
find
start
me
there.
on Instagram at
Okay.
Stylian. I'm on Facebook too. My book is sold on Amazon.com and Barnes& and Noble. My website is runstylian.com. And I love getting messages and emails. I got literally so many amazing and awesome ideas from others.
Awesome. Yeah, so he loves the feedback. So reach out to him. He'd love to connect with you and just get his book, number one, read through it, show some love and support, be part of the change that he's making out there in the world. And what we'll do is we'll drop all that information in the show notes too. So if you're wondering how to spell that, we'll make that simple. We'll drop a link in the show notes for you. Well, man, this has been an incredible conversation. Ren, you're such an inspiration, and I know that this is just the beginning for you. So thank you so much for being here today.
You're welcome. I'm
Awesome.
so honored to be in this. I mean, it's a privilege for a 9-year-old kid to be in the podcast. For example, today at school, we are currently doing our opinion writing unit, and we are writing Would You Rather Be a Parrot or an Octopus for a fake podcast. Everybody was dazzled, stunned, what you want to call it, that I said that I am going to be doing an actual podcast at 6 o'clock today.
Nice. Everyone in the room's like, man, this guy is just famous as famous can be. So an award-winning author on the podcast. So man, it's been awesome. And I think this is going to be very inspiring to our listeners out there as well. Speaking of you, our listeners, if you found this episode motivating and inspiring, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and leave us a review on Apple, Spotify, or if you're on YouTube, leave us a comment on YouTube. We love to hear your comments. Just like Ren, I'd love to get the feedback and hear from you, what you are learning in the process, and just rolling through those different comments. It's very helpful for us as we hope to bring you the most valuable content we possibly can in your journey. So please leave us a comment if you're watching us on YouTube. And of course, be sure to connect with Ren. Go get a copy of his award-winning book. I mean, all that's in the show notes. And if Ren's story has lit a fire under you today, and now you're serious about turning your children's book into a sustainable brand, go check out my top-selling resource, the Children's Author Toolbox on Amazon. It's packed with practical strategies, industry insights, and everything you need to go from being a writer to becoming a recognized author. So grab you a copy today, and let's start building something amazing together. The link for that will also be in those show notes down below Ren's contact information, so check it out. Thanks for tuning in today on the Children's Author Show. Keep watching for more tips, inspiration, and expert advice. Keep writing, keep making a difference, keep dreaming. Hey, we're in this together. We'll see you next time.